What is going on, guys? My name is Nicholas Merton here at Data Dash, and today is July 27th of 2017. So guys, as you all know, if you watch my videos, I love getting feedback in the comments below about what coin I should cover next. And I gotta say, you guys recommend me a lot of ICOs. Now, if you're new to crypto investing or you don't know what the term ICO means, ICO stands for Initial Coin Offering. And if you're wondering what that means, on a simple basis, it's pretty much the equivalent of an IPO on a traditional market, an initial public offering, meaning that it's available to the general public rather than being privatized and closed. So, that being said, I gotta tell you all usually I don't like much ICOs, and there's a lot of reasons for that. First being is that a lot of them make hyped up promises they can't keep. A lot of them usually are put at very high valuations at the start, and a lot of them turn out to be scams. Yes, there are a lot of scams out there in the cryptocurrency market that come out at ridiculous valuations, and they jump off the boat right when they can take their profits and run with it. It's a very scary and risky kind of business, much like it is with IPOs. It's literally correlated exactly with stock markets in the sense of price action and habits. So, that being said though, guys, every once in a while, there is a coin that makes me approach it differently. There's a different coin out there that really shocks me with a great team, a great sense of tech, and a great market to tackle. And I gotta say, guys, the coin I'm covering today is no exception, and that coin is TenX. So, before I get into TenX, before we start looking at the website, I want to give you all a brief understanding of what TenX is trying to tackle. For years, MasterCard and Visa predominantly have dominated as conglomerates the transaction business. If you have a debit card or a credit card of any sort, whether it's through a certain bank, you most likely are using a card from Visa or MasterCard. The only other things I can think about that are pretty mainstream are things like PayPal. But that being said, they own multi-trillion-dollar holds on this market. The transaction business is trillions of dollars. So, we obviously have a large industry here. And we also, alongside that, have a big problem in cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are easy to use online. You can go on Amazon or Overstock and even some brick and mortar stores that have online e-commerce sites and use Bitcoin. And the same is coming for Ethereum and a lot of other coins because they're starting to realize that these are really good coins to use as a means of transaction. That being said, at the same time, there is a big problem with cryptocurrencies, and it is a justifiable complaint. And that is the fact that I can't go into many brick and mortar stores here in the US or in China or a lot of other countries that are collecting cryptocurrencies, and I can't go spend it. Okay? I can't spend it on my, if I want to go out and get a Starbucks coffee in the morning, or if I want to go get lunch at Chipotle, or I want to go buy a flat screen TV at Walmart. In many cases, I can't use my cryptocurrency. So in case in point, it seems like I would just be better using fiat currency. However, TenX is coming to change that, and they are, unlike a lot of other people who claim they're really coming out to kind of break the system and really bring a groundbreaking technology to the forefront, TenX is actually doing it. And I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can in the shortest possible amount of time. So as I usually want to talk about price action, guys, the numbers look good on it. The valuation's still relatively low. It's a small cap. Nonetheless, I want to go ahead and start covering the technology because I think it's the most important thing to understand here. So let's go ahead and look at the website. So you can see right off the bat, they've got a very nice modern professional website that helps market it. And I love how they list right at the top their purpose, making cryptocurrencies spendable anytime, anywhere. Now guys, you might think that they're just solely focused on getting Bitcoin as a means of exchange, but they have done it with a multitude of currencies: Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, you name it. You can use these coins as a means of exchange in average everyday places in brick and mortar stores. And basically how it works on a visual basis, there's a great video here. I'm going to mute the audio and stuff, and you guys can go ahead and check it for yourself. But their team has actually shown demonstration videos where they simply go out and buy everyday items with the TenX card. So they create, much like a normal company like MasterCard or Visa, or the banks that you trust, you have those cards that are used for transactions. And you can basically connect it with the app on your phone and simply swipe it, and it transacts whatever currency you want to use that they allow into USD to use as a purchase. It's a perfect transaction from crypto to fiat, and it's extremely fast. Watch how instantly this comes up and transacts through, just as fast as the simple microchip transaction in modern day transactions. And instantly, he gets a receipt and can get his coffee. I mean, that's just amazing, guys. There is no demo I've seen that works that efficient. And they have multitudes of videos of this. They've shown them using it at McDonald's and a variety of different retailers. So, it's actual functioning tech. It's not some philosophy. It's not some objective. And it makes sense. So, now this part right here, I want to talk about it in a little bit. A lot of people would understand, okay, yeah, the tech's great and all, but, what's the philosophy of using, how's the coin going to get its value? And I'll explain that in a little bit, guys. So, it's pretty much a decentralized, low-fee. This is the biggest selling point, guys. There's real-time rates, transparent rates that are extremely cheap. Literally zero to nothing in most cases. The only fees that you'll really encounter if you click on the fee details are really fees about utilizing the card for it, and if you spend less than $1,000 a year, which is literally just 10 euros. Not that bad. Really isn't something to worry about. So, nonetheless, guys, this is the fact that there's zero spending and exchange fees for the most part. If you're just using it in the way that you should, that's amazing. That's a huge selling point. And that'll help people adopt this early on, especially the multi-billion dollar market of people who already have cryptocurrencies that want to go out and spend it on their day-to-day lives. So, here's the other video that I was looking at where they showed how to use it at McDonald's. And same case scenario, works very quick. Now, that being said, guys, the team is steady as well. Dev teams are very important. They've got a good scalable size team, and they've got people who are really, very positive around the technology and are working to improve it each and every day. And I think that's why it has such a professional layout. Now, I think the big reason why the ICO sold so well in the sense of distributing tokens was because Vitalik Buterin is behind it. He likes the technology. And as you all know, if you don't know, he's the founder of Ethereum. So there's a lot of good scale investors here, and I think a lot of people who really realize that utilizing this kind of crypto technology as a means of exchange through transactions to USD, through the tech that TenX builds, is a really good idea. So, and there's also a video here, it's kind of a corny, like, here's to the crazy ones, the old Steve Jobs statement and stuff, but they're, it's just like photos and stuff of them working on everything. And, as corny as it is, I really think they are, trying to change the game here, guys. I gotta say, if any of you from the dev team are watching, I really am optimistic about what you guys are doing. Now, going to the white paper here, let's get a little bit more in detail. So we can see a nice visualization here of the certain currencies and the multitude of others that aren't even listed in transacting to USD. And I love the fact they mention how much points of acceptance they take. 36 million, guys. That's huge. That's pretty much anywhere you can think of. Any major conglomerate, you can go shop there. That breaks down so much barriers, guys. It is immensely powerful in the sense of being able to utilize cryptocurrency. So, of course, you can download it on your phone, you register, and it makes instant transactions convertible to USD. So it takes real-time measures, much like you would on Forex, or if you were to, trade on a stock exchange and trade for USD. It has instant transactions at the equivalent level of what it's valued at. So this is a really good selling point, guys. Their card has a beautiful design. It looks just like any other debit or credit card. And there's a lot of just solid benefits. The fact that it's decentralized and trustless storage. The fact that there's 36 million points of sale. And the fact that you can use pretty much any cryptocurrency that mainstream users use. I would assume that, what makes up 90 to 95% of the market of cryptocurrencies and valuation is able to be used through this. Again, huge point of sale. Now, a lot of you might be saying, look, Nick, this technology is great. Everything, really to the concept of it, I would use it on a daily basis. That sounds fantastic. However, we're talking about TenX, the token here, like the actual cryptocurrency. What gives that value? If I'm using Ethereum as a means of exchange, why should I care about that? So, there is a reason to be optimistic on the token. It is directly tied with the technology and its adoption. Crush Crypto, I'm going to leave a link down below if you guys want to read into this. This was a perfect article that explains how it gets its value. And usually I don't like to read off the screen, but I'm going to go ahead and read it for you guys just to really kind of recap on the concept of it. So, how can the token holders make money? Basically speaking, the more transaction volume 10x processes, the more value Pay has. So the value of this token is driven from transaction volume, not from increased usage of the token. So not just simply more people using it, it's the more transaction volume, meaning the overall market and revenue that goes through the 10x technology. So token holders of 10x will receive 0.5% of the whole payment volume, meaning that they will get 0.5% back, kind of like a cash rewards program with a debit card, where when you go and buy gas with a lot of debit cards and you get 1% back. So they get 0.5% back of the whole payment volume that is spent through the 10x debit card. The payment to the token holders will be paid in Ether, okay? So, unlike other ICOs, it is very hard to measure value, guys. A lot of them are overinflated. A lot of them are kind of hard to interpret the technology being used. Their value of Pay, the token, is pretty simple to measure. It's the number of 10x debit card users out there multiplied by the average spending of the user. So the real variable, I know we were saying at the top, it doesn't matter how many people adopt it. It really doesn't, because the real valuable part of that equation is how much they spent. You know, if you're just buying, you know, $4 or $5 with your 10x card, it's not worth much. You know, it's not gonna, even if we had millions of people adopting it, it wouldn't be much. But if millions of people start utilizing it and they start spending hundreds of dollars with it on an annual month, that's huge. This is really going to bring the forefront of cryptocurrencies to it. Now, a lot of people are saying that the market cap, or at least the valuation of it, is pretty highly valued. In a sense, yes, it is, if you take it on a fundamental standpoint. Price to earnings is a measure that's traditionally used in stock markets with companies that have their profit ratio, their earnings ratio and their price. Meaning that on the market, let's say, for example, I have a company, XYZ company, and my share price is $10, but I only make $1 per share in my company. So that would be a 10 PE ratio, meaning that my price is 10 times greater than my earnings potential, okay? So, that being said, guys, right now it might seem like 10x is a little overvalued because it's basically equating that there's $940 million to justify that ICO valuation. Now, that is technically true on a kind of PE measure. However, we're talking about early adoption of a cryptocurrency and its technology. And a 30 PE ratio for something this ambitious and this bold and this functionable, I can tell you all, there's stocks that have more ridiculous valuations than this. Netflix, I'll give you for an example. I just checked it this morning, has, I think, around a 260 to 270 PE ratio, something along the lines past 200. And it's been slowly, you know, increasing its profits through the increase on its subscription base. Whereas this just has a 30 times PE ratio. Guys, I'm not telling y'all it's a complete win. However, that is honestly relatively cheap to get early in. And that PE ratio could just keep on going higher with, you know, further ambition of it. Not to mention, the streamline of usage is probably just going to grow from here on out. Now, this really brings me back to my topic of the market size here, guys. When I said trillions of dollars, I meant trillions of dollars. Visa and MasterCard together and combined in 2016 processed over $13 trillion in transactions. Think about that. Now, they didn't make $13 trillion. They processed $13 trillion, meaning they have a revenue of $13 trillion in total, or at least in the sense of transactions. So, guys, that is a very big market, okay? Now, is 10x going to reach that scale? Probably not, and probably not for a long time. Who knows, maybe more competitors will come along the way. But right now, they're the top dog. They're the ones that are actually being adopted. They've got the tech, they've got the team, they've got the investors behind them, and they've got the adoption. So, do I think that it's far-fetched to think they'll have $1 billion in volume in the next year or two? Honestly, guys, with how fast cryptocurrencies are growing in Asian markets and here in the US, I don't really doubt it. Their technology is great, and it's fast, it's functional, and it's flexible. And that's what you need to have a successful tech side related to your cryptocurrency. And I think that's what's going to give 10x or Pay its value. The fact that their technology is so functional and so usable in the real world, guys. So, anyways, I rambled on about it for a long time, guys. I love to hear what you think about TenX. I gotta tell you though, I'm optimistic on this, guys. One of the few ICOs I can say that I actually feel genuinely interested in. You all know, as I stated from the beginning, I don't like scams. I don't like selling you guys on something. I'm not here to pitch TenX. I don't work for them. However, I am very optimistic about this, guys. So definitely consider doing some research and maybe consider adding it to your portfolio. I know that if I can pick up TenX at a dip here, I definitely will consider holding it for the long term or building a small portion on my portfolio. And maybe even getting to try the technology. So, anyways, guys, if you are interested in the tech, you can go ahead and check out their website and actually get a physical debit card and link up the app on your phone and go out and start using your crypto. It's working. Go try it out, guys. If you have already used it, let me know how your experience is in the comments below. But that's it for the video. I appreciate you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you get the chance, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.